2008 has a lot of big highlights this year, and probably the most star-studded roster when it comes to sports this year, such as the ever so popular Kimbo Slice entering the mixed martial arts world, and when the American Redeem Team lives up to their name and brings back the gold to America. Also, when Michael Phelps breaks the world record for winning the most gold medals. And the next big thing, Brock Lesnar wins the UFC title from the legendary Randy Couture. And when the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, takes on the legendary Ric Flair at WrestleMania 24. With all these events happening, I went to go talk to Joe Trueblood and Ashley Harrison and get their thoughts about the American Redeem Team bringing home the gold.
I really think they did redeem as being the redeem team because they had some of the greats of the NBA like Kobe and LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony helped the team get back on its feet. As far as the 2004 Olympics, they didn't do so well. So I think they really did redeem. They got the gold, brought it back home. So hopefully in 12 they can continue the dream alive.
Ashamed as the way the 2004 team did, and I'm glad that the Redeem team did live up to their namesake and redeemed U.S. basketball in the international game.
I also asked Ashley Harrison and Nate Bracey about the Nature Boy Ric Flair's retirement and his classic match, his last match, against the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 24.
You know, it had a storyline to it. It was an emotional match. It was his last career match. You know, he was going for months fighting these matches, and if he lost a match, he was going to have to retire. It really solidified Ric Flair's career in the process. I mean, he might have lost, but he still won. But he lost to like a star who was sort of like the him of another generation. You know, so I would never see a wrestler his age ever wrestling again in a lifetime. You know, out of all the stars, you know, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, you know, all them, Ric Flair outlasted all of them. Flair just had that certain swagger about him. You know, the jet flying, wheeling, dealing son of a gun. You know, is woo.
This match with Shawn Michaels was one of the best because it was two great legends that was fighting each other, and at the end of the day, Shawn Michaels, although he did beat Ric Flair, he showed his respects to him because that's probably one of his role models while he was growing up as a wrestler. So.
Joseph Trueblood shares his thoughts about Kimbo Slice, the popular mixed martial arts fighter, and also how he feels that Kimbo Slice did not lose an upset loss because he went against a fighter that he was obviously not prepared for.
Kimbo Slice really made a big stand. He was introduced, he was built up very well, and I think for the first time they actually had mixed martial arts cards presented on a major broadcast network in CBS. Most people call his defeat and I think his last match an upset. I don't necessarily consider it that. As it was said, he was going to face Ken Shamrock, but a late injury forced a replacement to be found. And Kimbo Slice had just prepared for months and months to fight Ken Shamrock and not his individual opponent, so you can imagine that he was unprepared for it, and rightly so.
Joseph Trueblood also shares his thoughts about the former NCAA champion and former WWE superstar Brock Lesnar beating the legendary Randy Couture for the UFC Heavyweight Championship.
Lesnar's made a very, very good career move. Originally an NCAA wrestler, he went to the WWE, wrestled there, went to Japan, and then he had a short stint as a football player in which many argued about that, but I think he's done a good job in his new career of mixed martial arts, and I think it's served him well from the clips I've seen.
Ashley Harrison tells me her favorite sports moment of 2008.
The Olympics was the Michael Phelps winning the 8 gold medals.
Michael Phelps is Ashley Harrison's champion of 2008. This is Funtez Robinson signing out from Lincoln University, and I will see you next time in 2009.